You know, for thousands of years, this one fruit has been a symbol of power, royalty, and even immortality. So today, let's unlock the secret power hidden inside the pomegranate.
Okay, let's just dive right in. I mean, have you ever really stopped to wonder why this one fruit, the pomegranate, seems to pop up everywhere in ancient history? We're talking kings, we're talking powerful warriors, even the gods themselves. There's definitely something more going on here than just, a tasty snack.
I mean, we're talking over 5,000 years that this fruit has been a symbol of immense power, this dream of immortality, and a deep, enduring mystery. But you know what the most fascinating part is? Modern science is just now starting to prove that those ancient beliefs, they might have been right all along.
All right, so first things first, let's take a little journey back in time. We need to understand just how ancient and how revered this fruit truly is.
And look, we are not talking about just a few hundred years here. Archaeologists found pomegranate remains in the ruins of Jericho, dating all the way back to 3000 BCE. Think about that. Then you've got ancient Egypt, where it was actually buried with King Tut himself as a symbol of eternal life. And of course, in Greek mythology, it was the pomegranate that bound the goddess Persephone to the underworld. So yeah, this was way more than just food. It was a full-blown historical artifact.
Even its name, pomegranate, kind of hints at its power. It comes from the Latin for apple with many seeds. And that is no exaggeration, believe me. A single pomegranate can hold around 600 of those little ruby red jewels inside. They're called arils, by the way.
And what's so cool is that this belief in its power was pretty much universal. For the Greeks, it was a direct link to the gods. For Persian warriors, it was a source of strength before battle. And then you go to Hindu traditions or ancient China, and it symbolized life itself, fertility, prosperity, family. It's amazing, really. It was just one fruit, but it connected the entire world through this shared, powerful symbolism.
So for thousands of years, humanity just felt that this fruit was special. But what happens when we take all that ancient wisdom and put it under a modern microscope? Well, it turns out the science is every bit as fascinating as the myths. It turns out that deep, beautiful red color, it's not just for show. It comes from these incredibly powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. And when you actually compare them, pomegranates don't just compete, they absolutely dominate. Their antioxidant punch is way stronger than even the heavy hitters like green tea and red wine.
And here's the hard data to back that up. A study published in the Atherosclerosis Journal found that people who drank pomegranate juice every single day for a year saw, get this, a stunning 35% reduction in arterial plaque. I mean, that's science directly validating what ancient cultures seem to just know, that this fruit is profoundly good for your heart.
And the benefits don't stop at the heart, not by a long shot. A study out of UCLA linked daily pomegranate juice to better performance on memory tests. And the reason why is just remarkable. Its unique antioxidants can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. That's like the brain's personal bodyguard to directly shield our neurons from damage. Okay, so we know it's powerful. We've seen the history, we've seen the science. But what's the specific mechanism here? What's the secret ingredient that makes the pomegranate so unique?
This really is the crucial question, isn't it? What is that one thing hidden deep inside this fruit that sets it apart from pretty much everything else in nature?
Well, the answer is a compound with a pretty cool name, pomegranate. You can think of this molecule as the pomegranate superstar. It's incredibly rare, you just don't find it in significant amounts almost anywhere else, and it is the key to so many of this fruit's incredible benefits. Get this, pomegranate alone is responsible for about half of the pomegranate's total antioxidant power. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. It actually helps your body regenerate your mitochondria, the tiny little power plants inside your cells. So what that means is, it's helping your body repair and re-energize itself from the inside out, right down at the cellular level.
But the story doesn't just end with this one single compound. The truth is, the entire pomegranate plant is basically a treasure trove of powerful benefits.
We hear so much about chronic inflammation, right? It's a root cause of so many modern diseases. Well, in lab studies, pomegranate extract has been shown to do two things. One, reduce key inflammatory markers, and two, it can actually slow the growth of certain cancer cells, especially breast and prostate. It's a natural weapon that, believe me, science is taking very, very seriously.
And this is where it gets truly amazing, because with the pomegranate, nothing goes to waste. The peel? It's used in traditional medicine for gut health. The flowers, they can help manage blood sugar. The oil from the seeds, that's a prized ingredient in fancy cosmetics for skin health. Heck, even the juice was once used as ink. It really is like a complete pharmacy, all wrapped up in a beautiful red shell.
And to show you this isn't just about ancient history, today, even NASA is studying pomegranate extract. They're looking at it as a potential superfood for astronauts. I mean, think about it. On long space missions, protecting the body from radiation is absolutely critical. And that makes the pomegranate a prime candidate for the future of space travel. How cool is that?
You know, when you trace its path all the way from ancient myth to modern labs, you realize this quote just says it all. The pomegranate isn't just food. It's really a story of history, a story of science, and the incredible, almost magical power that nature hides right there in plain sight.
So, all this kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? From the tombs of the pharaohs all the way to cutting-edge labs, this fruit has truly stood the test of time. It really makes you wonder, maybe the greatest secrets to our health and longevity aren't in some futuristic pill, but have been growing quietly inside this ruby-red treasure all along.